Court, contiguous with that. It's been zoned R15 for a while, likely since Good Shepherd Court was annexed in and built out. The property owners are seeking to build a single-family home here. There's a pending zoning permit in my department, which we can administer administratively, but I think that about covers it with information on the annexation, and yeah, staff is recommending approval.
Thank you. Any questions of Hannah concerning this contiguous annexation petition at all?
Our applicants are here tonight if you have any questions.
There is a plat in your subdivision. In the packet.
He said just exactly right.
Yeah, it's somewhere anyway.
Yeah.
All right, anything else at all concerning that? No. Thank you. Then council, anything from y'all? We're still in the public hearing before I close it. Anything anybody wants to ask? All right, I will close the public hearing and I'll turn it over to council for any action or motion that we need.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve this annexation as proposed.
Thank you. Have a motion from Councilmember Crestwood that we approve the contiguous annexation petition as presented by staff. Any other concerns? All right. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed. That is unanimous tonight. 1, 2, 3,
You got
we got
enough?
5. 5-0. We're missing 2 council members tonight who are out of town. So, thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank y'all for being with us. Thank you for sharing your son, our Major Wilson, with us. We appreciate having him. That's great part of our city. We will do that. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, we'll move on then to consent agenda items. Tonight, consisting of item A are minutes of the city council meeting held on Tuesday, May 7th, as submitted. Item B is a resolution. This is for the interbasin transfer request. If we approve this resolution requesting the North Carolina Environmental Management Commission to reject the city of Charlotte's interbasin transfer request to modify their certificate increase from their current transfer of 33 million gallons per day to transfer 63 million gallons of water per day from the Catawba River Basin to the Rocky River Basin as submitted. Item C is the fireworks authorization permit. This would be approval of the application for a fireworks display permit as submitted by Chris Jacobs, our fire marshal of the city of Lenoir. The date of the display is July the 4th, 2024, beginning at 9:30 p.m., held at the Lenoir Optimus Park, and will be conducted by Pyro Shows Incorporated for the City of Lenoir Recreation Department. A certificate of liability insurance has been submitted by Pyro Shows Incorporated and also has been verified. Item D is a bid award. This is for the Zacks Fork Splash Pad. This is a recommendation of awarding the construction contract for the Zacks Fork Splash Pad to Bars Recreation with a total contract amount of $313,845. Bars Recreation met the design requirements and is the lowest responsible bidder. Item E is a construction engineering inspection services based on letters of interest, that's LOI, submitted, and the NCDOT approval. A recommendation is approval to award the contract for the EB-5806 Hospital Avenue Sidewalks project for construction engineering inspection services to Mattern and Cragg at an anticipated ceiling of $353,625 based on a 15% of the engineer's estimated construction cost. The purpose of this sidewalk project is to provide a safe route along Hospital Avenue from Harper Avenue to US Highway 321. Please note, Mattern and Cragg has a successful background with the NCDOT and LAP funded projects as they are pre-qualified with NCDOT to provide these services. Mattern and Cragg also has a good history of projects completed within the city of Lenore. And item F is a retirement resolution. This is for Sherry Long Griffin. This would be approval of a retirement resolution for Sherry, Assistant Executive Director and Community Development at the Western Piedmont Council of Governments in honor and recognition of her 38 years of dedicated and outstanding service to the citizens and the community. We will be presenting that to her on Thursday in Hickory at her retirement ceremony put on by the Western Piedmont Council of Governments. So those are the items on the consent agenda. I will open it up for any discussion or motion when you're ready.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we accept the consent agenda items A through F as presented.
Thank you, sir. I have a motion from Mayor Pro Tem Stevens to approve the consent agenda items A through F as presented. If there's no other discussion, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. Carries unanimously. All right, we'll move on our agenda to any requests and petitions of any citizens. If there's anyone who would like to speak to us or at this time or bring anything up, we're there. Welcome always. Jennifer, we're glad to have you here if you have anything. And rest, it looks like most of our staff is here, so that's good. We appreciate that. We also welcome the news topic here tonight. Thank you for being with us, as always. So, anyone, anything? Okay. All right. We do not have any reports of our boards and commissions this evening, so we'll move on to the report and recommendations of our city manager, Mr. Hildebrand.
Good night. A few items of information this evening. City Council will conduct the FY 24-25 budget work session on Thursday, May 23rd at 6 p.m., and that'll be third floor City Hall. Additional budget work sessions are scheduled for next week if you don't get through with the work session this week on the budget review. The American Legion Post 29 will host a Memorial Day service on Sunday, May 26th, and that will begin at 6 o'clock downtown on the square. The public's invited to attend that event. City office will be closed on Monday, May 27th, in observance of Memorial Day. And the committee of the whole will meet next Tuesday, May 28th, 8:30 a.m., and that'll be third floor City Hall. And the iHeart Main Street Dinner will be held on Thursday, May 30th at the Harper Room, and that begins at 6:30. This is a ticketed event, and if you want tickets, you, I think, can still get those. Just contact City Hall. Main Street program will go back and get you registered for that. The Neon Bike Ride will be held on Friday, May 31st. That begins at 8:30 p.m., and that's going to be held at the Lenore Rotary Soccer Complex. Riders will have the opportunity to decorate their bikes from 8 to 8:30 and come out and enjoy that glow ride. And then the next item you have will be the presentation of the budget, and I'll get up and go down to the floor for that, but I'll hand this
One
stuff out
question.
first. Yes,
Any
sir.
questions?
Yes.
Yes,
Mr. Manager, on the iHeart Main Street dinner, it says 6 o'clock in our notes.
It's 6:30.
Okay, thank you.
TJ didn't get this. So I did get the recalls out. Y'all call copies, I know you.
And we do hope that most of our staff, if you can, will be able to come to the iHeart dinner. If you're available that night, that is, of course, May the 30th. We'd love to have everyone here and represent our city. We will be recognizing our Main Street champions and others that night, and we also would like to thank a lot of our people who are involved in the city through boards and volunteers and a lot of different things. So if you find room, please plan to attend that night. We'd love for everyone to be there.
Well, again, good evening. This is the time of the year I get to go back and present you a proposed budget pursuant to NC General Statute 15911. This is the Fiscal Control Act of North Carolina. I'm pleased to provide you a recommended budget for fiscal year 24-25 and for your review and consideration. And I'll go back and go through some slides with you. Can you guys make that full screen? Joshua going back there to go do that, I bet. There we go. He's gonna stay back there in the control room? Okay. Works now. Thank you. This all started back when we went back and had our council strategic planning session back in February, and then in March had a public session to go back and review our capital plans for the year. And from that, this is based on the council retreat. There's a photo of the retreat we had back at the Civic Center back in February. It's going the wrong way. There we go. This is based on the priorities you set at that meeting in February. Your top 6 priorities for the city were, number 1, continue efforts to offer competitive compensation and benefits for employees to improve recruitment and retention. 2, develop options to increase code enforcement and improve beautification in 3 primary areas. First was abandoned and neglected housing, also dilapidated commercial properties, and 3rd was appearance of downtown buildings. Your 3rd priority was to continue to develop strategies to support affordable workforce and market rate housing. Your 4th bullet was to continue to fund and support the water and sewer capital improvements plan. And number 5, continue to evaluate organizational staffing needs, encourage succession planning, and professional development. So that's kind of the keys we set out for when we prepared the budget. The general fund totals $23,751,580. The budget is balanced with the current property tax rate. Our current tax rate's 57 cents per 100. We also have a rescue readiness tax, and that remains at 80.85 cents per 100, so your total tax rate is 57.85. That's the same rate we've had for a number of years. The budget includes a $1 per month increase in the solid waste fee, bringing our total to $13 per month, but all other fees in the general fund are unchanged. As you see, revenue sources, our top revenue sources. Property tax is 43% of our revenue stream. Sales tax, 26%. Franchise tax, you see the 3rd bar graph there is 10%. And then state share revenues and all our other revenues equal to $6 million you see there. You look at the expense side of the equation, our top expenditures go to public safety. You have police and fire, the 2 largest categories, then public works, recreation, then planning, finance, admin, and legislative. This budget also includes, has no new debt service and no use of fund balance. So it's balanced without any additional revenue. Our downtown municipal service district totals $264,700. We keep the current tax rate at 20 cents per 100, no change there. And the tax is expected to generate $35,000 toward the overall budget. The water and sewer fund, the total there is $11,770,028. This budget includes a 3.2% increase in water and sewer rates, as we approved earlier this year in our March meeting. The city uses the annual consumer price index to go back and set that rate. We always use the February rate. At that time, it's 3.7%, so your increase of 3.2 is lower than the CPI. For an average customer with 5,000 gallons of water and sewer usage, that's $1.75 a month. So a very modest increase compared to our neighbors. You see our revenues there. Water charges, the bulk of that, then sewer charges, then other revenues such as interest and taps and those type of things. I guess I can show you the expense side. The water plant is the major one, then water distribution, then wastewater, and so on and so forth, with the bar graph there, or pie chart showing you the breakdown there. You know, we've talked about for several months in the last year or so, we have a lot of multi-year capital projects. We received a substantial amount of funding over the last couple years through the American Rescue Plan, state direct appropriations, our CDBG funds, which is the Community Development Block Grant, numerous other grants, and private donations. And I want to say, I looked today, it's about $75 million in capital projects we have going on that are multi-year. Some of those projects include, we have Greenway connections and expansions, Aquatic Center renovation, Parks and Recreation Master Plan, Martin Luther King Center improvements, Fire Department sinkhole, Hospital Avenue sidewalk project we talked about earlier this evening, cybersecurity infrastructure, wayfinding signage, projects at the campus at historic Lenore High School, our Lenore Valdez water interconnection, just to name a few. All those projects are not included in the operating budget you're getting tonight. We'll go back and present those to you one-offs as we go forward, but there's funding for those projects as well. Our core services are continuing with revenue projections we think are realistic and conservative manner. And I'll tell you, the budget was based on several factors, and here are the driving factors for the increases in the budget. Of course, we're facing unique economic challenges at this time. We have continued inflation, we have supply chain disruption, we have rising benefit costs, increasing health and general liability insurance costs, and we have a competitive job market. So all that's based on kind of where we're going. Is your number one priority employee compensation? The city, like most employers in this region and around the country, are facing challenges with workforce. As your top priority, the budget includes a 4% across the board consumer price, I guess, based on that, cost of living adjustment for all employees. Also, we have a market-based pay plan adjustment, step adjustment of 1 grade for all non-exempt sworn police and fire personnel to help with recruitment and retention. And again, that's market-based, looking at the region, what everybody's doing. The budget includes increases in our retirement benefits. That's mandated by state law. The law enforcement increase goes from 14.1 to 15.1, and non-law enforcement rate will go from 12.85 to 13.6. So that's increases we have to go back and provide. The budget also includes an increase in our tuition reimbursement for employees that go back to get additional, a 2-year degree or 4-year degree. It's increasing from $1,200 to $2,000 annually. Also, we're going to go back and increase the employee safety shoe allowance from $125 to $150. As I mentioned, health insurance and some of the insurances that are increasing in the cost of our budget. Our health insurance increased 9% while maintaining our current plan level. The property and general liability increased 18.4%, while our workers' comp did decrease 11.7%, but there's a net gain with those. Street resurfacing, the budget includes $420,000 for paving, and that's a $10,000 increase from this past, our current budget we're in today. POW bill funding is expected to remain stable in the coming year. In addition, we have $141,000 in funding for strategic paving priorities. This is such, once we finish with Hospital Avenue sidewalk project, that whole street will be resurfaced from Harper to 321. Street lighting, here's another increase we have. In 2024, Duke increased our cost of street lighting, 23.8% increase in our rates. There's also an approved by the Utilities Commission a 5.3 increase in 2025. That increases our street lighting budget by more than $146,000 just for the lights we have on the streets. And that's included in the budget. Downtown, we begin funding for our master plan we just recently adopted. Also, we have money to expand our downtown decorations. Code enforcement, the budget includes $100,000 for building demolitions and foreclosures. We also add another $33,000 in new money to go back and contract with Western Piedmont Council of Governments, their Code Enforcement Services Division, for 2 days per week, 4 hours per day to go back and assist with nuisance and code enforcement in response to your priority. Technology, there's funding in there for computers and information technology upgrades throughout the organization to enhance and improve our operations and security. Environmental, we continue to outsource the management oversight of the Phase 2 of the federal stormwater program with the COG, and they're also doing a mapping of our stormwater system, and that's funded in the budget. Organizational restructuring, the budget moves the reporting structure of our safety coordinator to the risk manager due to the similar and overlapping responsibilities. Further, we want to go back and kind of go back to where we were maybe 8 years ago. We're going to go back and in Public Works create a grounds and public properties division, incorporating the Parks and Recreation grounds division, as well as several from the cemetery staff to go back and increase our efficiency and resource sharing. This is similar to what the City of Hickory's done for a number of years and seems to be very successful with that. The budget also funds all of our debt obligations. Our general fund capital, we're investing $1.724 $250, and our general fund capital, this is an increase of over $500,000 from the current budget. Renovations include public services building and the police department headquarters. We include new trucks, utility terrain vehicles for various departments, also development of a cemetery master plan, equipment upgrades, vehicle replacements for the fire and police departments, 4 more pickleball courts, Mr. Presswood, for Mulberry Rec Center. These will be outdoor. Also renovations to the basketball court in Mulberry, and also, I don't think I mentioned that, but we're replacing the court, of course, in Mulberry Rec that had some water damages about 6 months ago. Also renovations to West End Park for the basketball court and the shelter up there. Some investments in our water and sewer capital fund, that's 1.9,222,150. That's an increase of over $692,000 from the current year. Some of that includes repairs to building renovations at the water treatment plant, renovations to the public services building, replacement of pickup trucks, repair of pumps and other equipment at the water treatment plant. Also, East Harper Avenue sewer replacement, a push camera, and an easement machine. Also, we have UTV and equipment at the gunpowder sewer treatment plant, all funded as well. Downtown, we have $40,000 in capital improvements there. That's $10,000 increase from the previous year, and most of that goes toward downtown decorations and expanding those. So in summary, the budget is balanced and addresses, I think, your priorities. We have growth in commercial and residential markets and a diversified employer base we think will help us weather the current economic uncertainty. The city will be able to maintain and enhance our current service levels, and staff continues to maximize resources to accomplish budget initiatives, and you see that every time we have a committee of the whole meeting, we talk about some of those things going on. I want to thank Donna Bean, Joshua Harris, because they've been working a lot of hours the last month or so trying to get this ready. Thank all our department directors for all their work they do every day to go back and be efficient as possible and provide great service to our citizens. Our team Lenore, the whole organization works every day to go back and provide great services. And the city council for providing us the guidance we need to go back and make these decisions. As I say every year, our primary goal each and every day via our employee-led customer service initiative is to provide service beyond measure. And we tell you to come create with us in Lenore. So what we need action tonight on is to go back and to schedule, the public hearing on June 4th at 6 o'clock. And then we'll have our first budget work session Thursday, May 23rd, 6 p.m., third floor City Hall. This whole document, every bit of it is online at cityoflenore.com/budget/proposal. It's on live now, and you have hard copies in front of you, and we're ready to dive in whenever you are. And I'll take a question or two if you have them tonight. If not, we'll go dive in on Thursday.
All right, any questions, city manager? Or staff, anybody?
Mr. Hildebrand, I'd like to say thank you for that really succinct explanation of all those budget choices that you've made with staff. It looks like you've hit every department and tried to make sure that money got to be used in all parts of the city. Thank you so much for that. Looks really great so far, so thank you very much.
Thank you.
Anyone?
Again, thanks to the folks in the audience that go back and work every day to make it happen.
Yep, again, agreed, thank you very much for your hard work on this, thank staff, thank y'all. Donna, I know you have a lot to do with all these financial figures that go there, but it takes the staff to put it together and the department heads and their departments to bring you those figures and where we are, and we appreciate all the hard work. We are very blessed in this city with wonderful employees and care about it, love it, and look for every way they can to make this the best community they can to live in, and we appreciate that, so. Thank you very much. I think the recommendation is that we need a motion to call for a public hearing on the proposed budget on Tuesday, June the 4th, 2024 at our council meeting, so I'll entertain a motion. We will be meeting, as we said, Thursday evening for a budget session. It's third floor City Hall to discuss this, kind of break it down, anything else you want, and then hopefully from there, we will move on toward approval in June. So I'd open the floor up for any more discussion or a motion.
Mr. Mayor, I make a motion that we call for the public hearing to be held on Tuesday, June the 4th, 2024, to consider approval of the recommended budget.
Thank you. You heard the motion from Councilmember Presswood for approval, or to move this for the June 4th meeting, 2024, for the, consider passing this budget. No other discussion. All in favor of that proposed motion, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Thank you very much. Again, Mr. Hildebrand, thank you for your hard work on this and getting everything together. As always, you guys, all of you do a great job of bringing it to us in a very easy manner to understand. And we're all very excited to be part of what's going on and making Lenore the best place we can to live, work, and play, for sure. So, thank you for that. Anything else to
That's all I have.
Okay. All right, we'll move on to any report and recommendations of our city attorney, Mr. Ward.
No, sir.
Nothing else, okay. I do not have any recommendations tonight. All the appointments that we're doing for boards, we will bring up at probably at our same June 4th meeting. Working on those right now, trying to, get reappointments and then there's some new appointments that we'll be needing to make. So that is still under consideration at this point in time. So we'll keep that and bring it to you at that point. Other than that, I would like to commend last night, there was a great concert at the auditorium. The Lenore Blue Ridge Winds Band performed the 100th anniversary of the Lenore High School Band and did a great job with that. It was well attended, had a full house there at the auditorium, and did a great job with it. Thank you, John Beal, of course, Councilman Beal was part of that, and they did a great job with that, and we appreciate honoring the 100 years of Lenore High School Band, which started in 1924. So it's a great thing going on, and the Harper School, of course, was to be commended as well for that. All right, anything from any of our council members? Any reports or?
I would,
Yes, sir.
Mayor, just thank the city and all those that were responsible for the paving of Vance Street, Scruggs Avenue, and a portion of Willow Street. It has added so much to that area. And also, I think Willow Street was paved. I noticed today that it was striping, but you missed a part of it that goes by that great church that's sitting on the hill up there that needs some striping there. But again, thank you so very much, and had a lot of people, not a lot, but several people that stopped me and said what an improvement it's been. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't forget the paving in front of that great church up there on the hill.
I'm sure they'll keep that in mind for sure.
I would like to congratulate the mayor, who has a heartfelt following of Appalachian State University, and his granddaughter has made the cheerleading squad for Appalachian. And I think that's a fine way.
Thank you.
Fine man.
I'm very excited about that.
You probably go to the games now.
I will be going to the game.
You'll start going now.
Yeah. It cost me a lot more money because I had to buy more season tickets for my family, but other than that, it's a great thing. But thank you for that. She worked out. They tried out all weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It was very stress-filled, I can tell you that, with my wife and my daughter. But they were so excited at the end on Sunday afternoon when everything was laid out. So looking forward to a fun season with my granddaughter going to App State. So thank you for
Very
that.
good.
Anything else to come before us today? If not, we stand adjourned.